Hello, welcome to this video. Today I'm gonna see the animation history of Germany. So I'm gonna learn more about this country, and well, I hope you enjoy the video and let's see.
Germany is located right in the center of Europe between its two largest neighbors France and Poland. Strap yourselves in for a complicated one. When the Romans arrived in Germany, they found a land inhabited by a melting pot of Celtic and Germanic peoples. The diversity of the region didn't interest the Romans, who called the land west of the Rhine River Gaul and east of the river Germania. The Germanic peoples were really good at fighting the Romans, but the people in these regions lived mostly agrarian lifestyles in independent tribes. These small tribes soon became fewer big tribes. These tribes weren't a nation as such, but a conglomeration of independent smaller states for centuries, which is the reason why there are so many names for the German nation to this day. The Germans expanded further into the weakening Roman Empire. This Great Migration period eventually became known as the Great Migration period. Historians aren't very creative.
Who was the leader who win against Roman Empire? Leader who wins Rome Empire? Leader of Germany? Karl Marx or Otto first? Okay, the German leader who defeated the Roman Empire was Arminius. So the tribal leader Arminius united Germanic tribes and annihilated 3 Roman legions in the Battle of the Teutoburg Forest. Teutoburg Forest forever halting the Romans' northern expansion. Okay. Arminius.
One of the tribes, called the Franks, dominated the region and slowly conquered all of France, Germany, the Low Countries, and parts of Italy under the Merovingian and Carolingian dynasties. Much of this conquest can be attributed to Charlemagne, also known as Charles the Great. Charlemagne's empire became the foundation of the Holy Roman Empire, the symbolic successor to the actual Roman Empire. The empire was split into 3 kingdoms: East, West, and Middle Francia. East Francia eventually came under the control of Otto of Saxony, who married into the Italian kingdom, leading the Pope to revive the Holy Roman Empire. Establishment of the state became one of the many precursors for the division of the Catholic and Orthodox Church, the latter of which was still firmly controlled by the Eastern Roman Byzantines. From the 11th to the 13th century, the Holy Roman Empire was a key nation in the Crusades, which began as military expeditions to the Holy Land against the growing Seljuk Turk Empire. In 1230, the German Teutonic Order of Knights annexed an area called Prussia in an attempt to eliminate the remnant pagans from Europe. Around the same time, German towns and villages were being settled in areas outside the empire into Poland and Hungary, leading to areas of high diversity and ethnic ambiguity. The best way to describe the Holy Roman Empire for the next few centuries is a very loosely united monarchy, with many smaller kingdoms and duchies with varying degrees of power and autonomy. The German lawyer Martin Luther began a period of change in the Catholic Church, which became known as the Protestant Reformation, making Germany a key focus in the splitting of the Church for a second time. 2 kingdoms in the empire rose to dominate the rest: Habsburg Austria in the south and Brandenburg Prussia in the north. These 2 kingdoms became intense rivals, fighting wars and annexing large amounts of territory outside the empire. Both kingdoms fared very badly during the Napoleonic Wars, and the Holy Roman Empire was officially abolished by the French Empire, who came to influence much of Western Europe. The French Revolution began a decades-long rise in nationalism in Germany, and many of the people sought to unify into a single nation. By 1866, Prussia had become the dominant power after the 7-week war against Austria, and set up the Northern Germanic Confederation in the following year, notably excluding their Austrian rivals. This became the German Empire just 4 years later, the first modern German nation-state. Germany was propelled to superpower status and even became involved in overseas colonization. Tensions were high in Europe, and many distrusted the new powerful nation that had just appeared. This led to so many alliances in Europe since nobody trusted anybody anymore, and each nation had to pick a side in case war broke out. And this preparation for war inevitably...
So, at this point, Germany wins against Russia, Prussia, Austria, France, Poland, Hungary. So Germany fight against all of these countries and win every fight. So it's very hard history with a lot of wars. A lot of wars Germany had in their history. It's crazy.
became its precursor. When the Slavic nationalist Gavrilo Princip assassinated the heir to the Austrian throne in 1914, war broke out in Europe between the Central Powers and the Allies. Germany ended up being a key aggressor in the war and was blamed for most of the atrocities committed during battle. Extremely harsh war reparations were imposed on the state, and much of its territory was stripped in the Treaty of Versailles. This crippled the German economy, and angst against the Allied powers led to the rise of National Socialism, with Adolf Hitler, one of its main advocates, rising to power on the resentment held by the common people. Hitler became Chancellor in the year 1933, instituting radical reforms, and imposing strict National Socialist ideals on the nation, which became known to the West as Nazi Germany. The regime was highly anti-Semitic and allied itself with Fascist Italy and Imperial Japan to form the Axis powers of World War II. After
Japan also?
itself with Fascist Italy and Imperial Japan.
I didn't know Imperialist Japan, they had the same ideology. I don't know if the same exactly. Italy, I know it, but I didn't know that Japan, okay. Wow.
Japan to form the Axis powers of World War II. After a rapid expansion and then military decline, Nazi Germany was defeated and divided along the zones of occupation by Allied powers. West and East Germany continued as neighbors for the next few decades, and the Berlin
I think Germany was defeated, I think because they start the war with a lot of countries, too many countries, so I think for this reason they defeat because they were so crazy. Wow.
occupation by Allied powers. West and East Germany continued as neighbors for the next few decades, and the Berlin Wall was erected around West Berlin to prevent defectors from the Communist East Germany. By 1990, the Communist East collapsed, being reunited with West Germany. The new German Republic is known.
Here was the fall of the Berlin, no? In this point, this?
The Communist East collapsed, being reunited with West Germany.
Yes, I think yes.
The new German Republic is known for its high quality of living, exceptional engineering.
Wow, interesting history about Germany. Obviously, is too short. Obviously, the history is more large, more profound than this. But yeah, it's great. I think Germany. They fight with a lot of countries, so because of this they defeat. But Germany was the most important empire at one point of history. They was the biggest empire, maybe with Rome. I think I don't know if it's true this, but I think Rome Empire. The biggest enemy was Germany because they can't win against them. So how many wars had Germany Empire with Rome Empire? Roman Empire and the Germanic tribes, Germanic tribes fought dozens of conflicts and campaigns over several centuries. Cimbrian War, August Germanic campaigns, revolt of the Batavi, the Marcomannic Wars. Wow, it's crazy, a lot of wars. So I think, if I said which empire was the most difficult for Emperor Rome, I think is Germanic tribes. The Sasanian Empire was Rome's most formidable rival. Okay. While the Sasanians were the most threatening empire, Rome faced other devastating. So Germanic tribes are nomads, okay. Confederal coalitions like the Visigoths, Vandals, and the Huns fundamentally challenged Rome's northern borders. Yeah, okay. So it's so crazy. The history of Germany is so crazy and amazing. And well, this is all I can say. So if you want to say anything in the comments, I will read it everything and I will try to answer everything. Sorry for my English is not the best. I know it, but well, I'm tried to do the best. Put a like, subscribe if you want. Thanks to watch the video. I hope you enjoy it. Well, I see you in the next one. Bye.